Welcome to what is, without a doubt, a very, very overdue video. I think I put out a month ago now on my Instagram and on a video when I was in Monaco that I was going to film a Q&A very soon. And very soon to me is 1 month later. As you can see, with consistency in my videos, I'm just absolutely terrible. Nonetheless, I'm going to make it now, and super excited to be answering all of your questions and clear up some things and just kind of an update really, and let you know what I've been up to, what my plans are for my channel, and also why my consistency is so terrible with YouTube. So yes, first of all, some time back, I know I said I was going to buy my first ever sports car. That's probably my most asked question, is what did happen with that, and am I still going to buy a Porsche? I say Porsche because everyone just assumed it was going to be a Porsche. I was 90% sure I wanted a Porsche as my first sports car, but yeah, I still wanted to test drive other cars to find out if that was exactly what I wanted. And after the test drive videos I made, I think I only made 3 test drive videos in the end because I didn't want to drag it out too long. I did test drive some other cars that I didn't film. Whatever I drove, I always went back to the GT4. The GT4 for me is just the car to have for that price range. I couldn't find anything that could beat it, not at all. So the reason I actually haven't brought a sports car yet is, first of all, one main reason is after I finished my test drive series, I actually found a perfect spec GT4 within price range at a Porsche dealership that some of you will remember I was spending a lot of time at. I set up a deal with them. I had a contract. They hadn't actually signed the contract yet. I had signed the contract. As far as I was concerned, everything was going to go to plan. With or without the signature, I was just quite happy to take their word on it. And literally one day before I was meant to get the GT4, some banker walked in with cash and brought the car to add into his collection, which is really a shame because as far as I know, that car will probably be never driven again, just put into another rich person's Porsche collection, maybe used once a year. And I really would have used that thing daily. So yeah, it was really such a shame that happened. I did feel quite let down by the Porsche dealership. Like I said, they hadn't signed the contract, so legally they were still okay to do that. Nonetheless, I was hoping for a bit more support from them after all of the work we've done together. So yeah, that's the main reason why I actually didn't end up buying a sports car. And since then, I just had a lot of other things happen. I started a part-time job because unfortunately YouTube does not pay the bills yet. So I'm working part-time, then I'm juggling my job with filming and of course also my personal life, doing other things, just enjoying the summer as well. So just trying to juggle everything at the moment. That's why I've not been uploading much, mainly I would say. I have my heart set on a GT4. I have considered buying something cheaper, maybe a project car on finance of course, but I really just have my heart set on the GT4. So I think I'd rather wait until I can get another deal. The thing is, with the last deal I had, it was a really good deal and one that I could afford. And up until now, I haven't been able to find another GT4 that I can get on finance that I can afford the monthly payment. So yeah, I'm kind of looking around, speaking to a few dealerships, looking to see who's going to support me with this deal. Of course, I'm going to be making loads of videos with the car, so whatever dealership I buy it from, it will hopefully benefit them as well by putting their dealership in the video. Just the usual YouTube stuff really. But yeah, I'm hoping this year I will still be able to get that fixed, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is read some of your questions that you wrote over my Instagram and on a YouTube video. I picked out around 30 different questions. Hopefully this will answer most of the general questions that you guys have been asking me over the last year. Start off with the first one. Congrats to 50k. Thank you very much. Do we see a Porsche in your garage in 2018? Well, I think I've just answered that. Hopefully. Can you speak Swiss German? A spitzeli. I can a little bit. I do get by in Swiss German. So if you don't know, I am based in Zurich, which is the Swiss German part of Switzerland. Very, very complicated language with extremely long words, and you often had to speak a lot with your throat, which I'm not very good at. Yeah, overall I can get by, but it's not easy. I can understand, I would say 90% of it, and I try and speak it as much as possible because I am in another country at the end and I do want to try and speak the local language. What is your opinion on financing a supercar? I think it's fine. I'm going to do it anyway when I buy my sports car. I think the main thing is not to completely screw yourself by getting finance that you can't afford. For me, that's why I'm looking for the finance that I can afford, because I don't want to sacrifice my whole life and things like holidays or eating nice food. I really want something that fits into my life. I think as long as you don't sacrifice too much for the finance on a supercar, then I think it's totally fine. Give us some background about yourself. How did you end up in Zurich making vids for YouTube? How do you get access to all these cars? Very interesting to hear the story. To answer that as short as possible, I ended up in Zurich around 3 years ago now. I was working for a car company. We were doing holidays with special cars, and that's actually how I started getting access to the cars originally on my YouTube channel. Then I started my social media, then I started doing more of my own videos, and now I'm doing a part-time job working as a video producer and doing also my YouTube channel part-time. How I get access to all the cars, just like any other YouTuber, blogger really. I've created a platform where I can offer advertisement for the car company in exchange for getting the car. I write every car company I know asking what press cars they have, and as I've grown, I've definitely had more car companies contacting me, whereas at the beginning, of course, I was reaching out to everyone, literally begging for cars. But now, yeah, as you get bigger, you often get offered sometimes too many cars. Hi Luke, your videos are always awesome. Thanks very much. What is more challenging for you, shooting or editing? How do you plan your videos? Do you shoot without any plan, or do you plan everything ahead? Keep up the excellent work. What's more challenging for me? I think maybe editing. I have some days where I'm super unmotivated for editing. Editing can definitely be a chore sometimes, but that's where you need the passion behind it. I do love editing. I love learning new things, but it is massively time consuming. My dream would be to grow my channel and then be able to bring someone in with me as an editor and a filmer. And I think that's the only way to really be successful on YouTube and create weekly videos. Something like 3 times a week I'd be super happy with. Honestly, I don't really plan my videos. I'm quite terrible with that. Most of the time I found with planning my videos, they went wrong. So often I have a day free, I find a car I want to film, and then the next thing I look at the weather, see how I feel, so much energy I have for the day. Often then I'll look to see how close I am to a cool road and just go from there really. I think for me, I found going with the flow much easier than planning a video. If you could close a Swiss mountain pass for a night just for you, which one would it be and which car would you choose? That's a cool question. I would love to close a pass for a night or a day and just thrash it all day long. I think currently for me, my favorite Swiss mountain pass is the Sustem Pass. And which car? Well, I think I'm just going to have to say GT3 RS. Or would it be... No, actually, if it was really any car, then I would probably say a McLaren P1 or 918. But I'm kind of leaning towards a P1. I know I'm more of a Porsche fan, but when it comes to hypercars, the P1 just wins for me. I've never driven them. I think I would still go for the P1. Could you describe how you begun filming cars and what would you want to be doing in the future? Well, I started filming cars a couple of years ago, just purely for fun. That's actually why I do my YouTube channel. It's really out of passion. And if something good can come out of it and if I can pay the bills from it eventually, that's amazing. But it really is out of passion. When I started, I literally had no idea what I was doing whatsoever, and to be honest, I still don't really. But yeah, I just went out there and tried to make some videos and just learned with every video and found out slowly what is my style and what I want to do with my videos. What do I want to be doing in the near future? Well, just keep making videos really. Definitely collaborate with more YouTubers, definitely film in some new locations, just keep going, keep growing, and of course just enjoying it. That is why I started it. At the end of the day, it was my passion, it's for fun, it makes me super happy. Filming and doing exciting things and road trips with cars, exploring amazing roads, meeting cool people, it's just an awesome life. How do you manage a full-time job and YouTube together? Yes, that is a good question. Honestly, it's really a struggle at times. You've just got to be super motivated. I do sometimes get extremely tired, I have to say. Yeah, there's no easy answer or easy way around it. You've just got to work really, really hard. You've got to work your job, and then often I finish my job and go out and film something like I am now. I've worked all day at my job, and now I'm filming the Q&A. I think as long as the passion's there, you always find time against your full-time job. For someone looking to get into their first performance/supercar, what would you suggest? For me, the perfect first performance/supercar is simply the GT4. Would you consider driving to Croatia? Lots of nice roads here. Yes, I definitely would. Actually, when I thought I was going to buy the GT4, I had this idea of the first series of videos I was going to make with the GT4 would be doing a big road trip, and I actually planned to go to Croatia. I've heard so many good things about the country. Driving wise, you've got the weather and apparently really nice roads. And if I don't get to do it this year, then definitely next year. Awesome videos. Thanks very much. Bit of a background story on you and your car history. Well, my background story is quite complicated. I'm definitely not from a wealthy family or anything like that. I've just worked extremely hard to get to where I am. I think it's so rewarding when you work so hard for something and in the end you achieve something. For me, where I've got my channel to at the moment is a huge achievement, way more than I'd ever thought. So that for me is a big achievement already. And my car history, well, to be honest, I really haven't actually owned that many cars. Yes, I've driven many cool cars, but I've honestly not owned that many cars. My first ever car after passing my license was a 1986 Mini Mayfair that, I'm not kidding you, was a complete death trap. I mean, this thing was lethal. I think I paid £500 for the car. This is when I was living in England, of course, and this thing was completely rusted top to bottom. The electrics didn't work, the starter motor didn't work, so I had to always park on a hill so I could jump start the car. The lights would constantly cut out. I'm surprised, honestly, this thing didn't kill me. And being an 18-year-old petrol head, I spent what money I had, well, I thought was necessary. So I put a full straight through center exhaust on this car, which I thought sounded incredible at the time. Probably I wouldn't now. At that time in particular, when I was 18, of course, I thought it sounded amazing. And I put 2 Recaro seats in there that I think were from old Ford Cosworth or something like that. So yeah, I spent my money really badly, but that's what you do when you're 18 and into cars. How do you convince your friends or strangers to let you rip their cars? I don't really rip their cars. A couple of them I did push a little bit harder. 9,000 shifting. So for instance, my friend's GT3 that I think he lent me for around 3 weeks in the end, yes, I did push it hard. I took the car to 9,000 RPM as much as I could. But anyone who cries about that, I don't really know what to say because it's a GT3 and that's what it's made for. Yeah, my friends with cool cars just love sharing the passion, and obviously they trust me with the car, otherwise they wouldn't lend me the car. Convincing, to be honest, there is no convincing. The only time I asked for a car from a friend was Doug. I asked him if I could use his 599 GTO, but all of my other friends that lent me cars, which actually isn't that much, most of the cars I have for filming are press cars. But yeah, they offered me the cars. They simply said, anytime I want to take the cars for filming, just let them know. So it's exactly what I did. And of course, I'm super grateful of that, of all the people that have lent me the cars, which in the end just helps my channel grow, lets me do what I love, and of course, create videos for you guys. Have you ever been on the track? And I've been a couple of times in Italy with Doug in his 430 challenge car, which was definitely a lot of fun. I am currently in contact with a few race teams, and there definitely could be some track content coming to my channel this year. I hope so. It would be really fun to do something different and of course be able to really push a car on track, which I have not done for a long time. Which cars do you have at the moment and which cars could be added? As I said before, I currently don't own a car, and which cars could be added? Well, the GT4 for sure, possibly some kind of daily driver, something really small and cheap, but just a very basic normal daily driver. How long have you been living in Switzerland? What do you love and hate about Switzerland? How is your Schweizerdeutsch? How scared are you about fines and losing your license? Good question indeed. So I've been living in Switzerland a total of around 7 years now, I think. The things I love about Switzerland, it is just crazy beautiful. I mean, this place, this country is like a postcard. Really, as you see it on a postcard, that's what it looks like. So I work in the center of Zurich, and on my lunch breaks I spend them sitting at the lake looking at the mountains, and I do feel massively privileged to be here. It really is a crazy beautiful place. I love the mountain passes. For me, this is a big reason that I'm happy here, because to make my videos on the mountain passes, it's just what I love doing. I don't really hate anything about it, and I try not to hate anything in life, because for me, hating something just uses too much energy. I'd rather always try and use my energy for positive things rather than hate on something. I would say the only thing I not even dislike, I struggle with in Switzerland, is just the cost of everything. I have so much pressure to make enough money here each month just to survive. You know, I'm not making money where I can do cool things with it. I work my ass off to survive here. It's definitely a tough place to live financially. I think the biggest thing that kills me, I would say, financially here is rent. Really, rent takes half of my whatever I earn each month. That's the tough side to living in Switzerland. Nice video. What drone do you use? I use the DJI Phantom 4 Pro. I really love it. I think it produces really, really good image quality. What I don't like about it is every time I turn this thing on, I swear it needs an update, which just drives me crazy. Do you have any tips for someone who wants to approach a dealership to be able to make reviews on their cars, who is a complete newbie to YouTube? Yes, I'm talking about myself. I really want to get stuck in and make new videos, but have no idea how to go about it when approaching dealerships. Any advice would be awesome. It's tough. It's really tough at the beginning. If you're just starting out on social media, on YouTube, and you want to be a car reviewer or make totally random videos like me with no real purpose, at the beginning when you've got no following, you've literally got to beg for the car. At the start for me, it was more asking to borrow cars from friends because no dealership will take you seriously when you've got no following. So now, like I said, I've grown my Instagram and my YouTube channel to a nice level. And honestly, it just takes a lot of hustling. I mean, really, you've got to hustle like crazy in the beginning. But it is possible. I mean, everyone started somewhere. I started with no money, no support, no nothing. So it wasn't that I had money and I could just go out and buy cool cars like some YouTubers could, and that way they can create content easy. I really started from nothing. So long story short, my advice to that would be just try and borrow a car of someone, even if it's a Ford Fiesta ST or whatever. Just make a super cool video with it, and then you can use that to approach dealers and say, look, this is what I can do. I would love to do it with some of your cars as well. But I think it doesn't matter on the car too much when you're starting. I think just be super creative and find a really cool road, or do a really interesting review if that's what you want to do. Find what you can and make the best of the situation. That's the best way to go about anything. So yes, that is now all of the questions. I really hope that it's cleared up some of the things about myself and about my whole new car situation. I would really, really love to do more videos. Honestly, my goal is at the moment to be able to do one video a week where I'd post every Sunday, and even that's been a struggle, not just because of work but also because I've really struggled to get my hands on the right cars this year. I desperately, and I mean desperately, want to do my Swiss driving road series, which I've wanted to do for so long, and it's driving me crazy because I can't get hold of the right car to make the series with. I really, really want to get hold of a GT3 to make my series about the best driving roads in Switzerland, where I'm showing the car on what I see the best roads to drive here. I feel a lot of you would love that series, but it's just been super tough to get my hands on the right car for at least a month. I need the car for at least a month. So there is some things in the pipeline that I'm feeling positive about. I'm going to keep working at it. It will come eventually, of course, like everything, my GT4 and everything. Really, thank you all for being so patient with me. I know I upload very randomly and it's not consistent, so I'm very surprised a lot of you haven't unsubscribed from my channel recently. But yeah, just thanks so much for the support, the amazing comments. I read the most incredible comments on my videos from you guys. Sometimes, honestly, a few of them have made me feel a little bit emotional because they're so from the heart and they really touched me, and I do read every single comment. Just thanks for all of the support, hitting the thumbs up each time, sharing my video. These are all things that just help my channel grow at the end. And of course, the bigger my channel grows, hopefully the more financially stable it will become, which it's not at the moment. It's very far from that. And of course, thanks to Jaeger, these guys at Jaeger are always supporting me, and I'm still super proud to be a brand ambassador for them. Yeah, see you all again very soon with a car video. Sorry if this video was very boring. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. Congratulations if you made it to the end. Yeah, so for me, it's bye for now.